All right, Earth sign, we're going to do a love reading for the week for you. And it may not resonate for everyone. This is for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgos. If it does, however, I will be doing an extended reading on the connection itself, and the information for that is in the box below. So I'm going to start off with your energy and your person's energy. Just a reminder too to subscribe so that you have access to the other readings that I do during the week. I do general readings, soulmate, and a prosperity reading, as well as the love readings. And then you'll be notified. All right, let's take a look at your energy. So we've got the Page of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Swords. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. With the Page of Wands, I feel like you're kind of waiting and watching and seeing, now that you've put something out there and put things in motions, to see if it's going to be acknowledged and recognized with the Six of Wands showing up there. Okay, so we've got, the Page of Wands showing up, and the Five of Pentacles. So this is kind of like, this feels to me like it's waiting and watching to see if the recognition's there, because you feel like you've been searching for something, and you know, for your whole life, as a matter of fact, but somehow you kind of have a sense that maybe this is it, that maybe you found what you're looking for. But you're going to test it, and you're going to wait and see if it's reciprocated and if it's acknowledged. Because we've got the King of Pentacles here. So I feel like at this particular time, now remember, the kings and queens are not about gender, okay? They're just about energy. So at this particular time, it's like you feel very grounded and very solid in yourself and where you're at. And so you can take your time and wait and see and listen and watch, and because this is super important to you, because like I said, it's like you've come to a place and you're kind of wondering, is this it? And you're going to wait and see. And you're going to trust your intuition here too, Earth sign, because we got the Two of Wands showing up and the Eight of Wands. So I feel like, once again, a lot of communication, a lot of putting things out there, and then waiting and seeing what gets returned. Because what you're really looking for is a soulmate connection here. You're looking for, bringing together the other part of your tribe, so to speak, okay? And that's what the Eight of Wands is all about, is like alerting, putting out there and seeing who returns to source, because this is about returning to source. We got the Page of Swords showing up, as well as the Page of Wands. So going to a certain point, keeping your eye on the prize, keeping your eye on the vision of where you're going, but kind of doing a reconnaissance and seeing, because you've got the Ten of Pentacles here. So that's in a position of what you really, it's the culmination of everything that you have been looking for, and what you want, where you want to, the recognition, and what you're calling in. And that's what you're calling in. So you're going to a certain place, then you're waiting, watching, listening, and then making the next moves after that based on the response that you get. So we've got the Ten of Swords. This is your person's cards now. We got the Ten of Swords showing up, along with the Queen of Swords. So it looks to me like there's been a lot of, on your person's part, a lot of control in their life, like major controlling energies in their life. And I think the controlling energies came because I think the person themselves has gone through a lot of heartbreak and devastation, like serious devastation, and is just not sure who they are and whether or not they'll survive. I mean, this is in the past, okay? This isn't present. This is for them in the past. So what they did is they kind of brought in controls, something to control them, because they felt like they were not strong enough to make their own kind of, path. And so they brought in this energy and kind of opened themselves up and invited it in, and rather than because they did not feel like they could survive without it. It's an external control that they put on them through both money, through power, through all kinds of things. Now we've got the Knight of Cups showing up in your part, and so now, recently we've had an actual like kind of knight in shining armor. Now it doesn't have to be a knight, being a male or female, but love being offered to them. It's kind of, you know, coming to their lives and shifting their perspective and beginning to realize that love is different, you know, that there's a softness and there's a gentle approach happening here, and that's altering their perspective because, like I said, they handed over their power to external controls here for fear of not being able to survive. But now, as something else is showing itself, it's beginning to alter their perspective. And with that new perspective, they're a lot more optimistic because they've actually found something in you that, you know, that they resonate with and that they trust and share a value with, and that's opening up possibilities for them in their lives now. They can start to see the light now. They can see a lot more possibilities and things coming their way, and not having to have an external control put on them. Then we've got the Four of Swords showing up here, and the Fool. So it's been really important for them to take the time, and we've got the time going here too with the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. So both parties taking their time individually to kind of, for different reasons, but still taking their time to try and get a vision and get clear before they enter into the next stage of this connection, okay? Because the Fool is the next stage of the connection and of kind of their life is moving into this next stage of connection. Now for the connection itself, we've got the Nine of Wands, the Moon, Justice, and the Ace of Swords. So really getting clearer and clearer in terms of encountering the truth of connection, like the actual truth of connection. And this is what they want. This is what they've been looking for. They're looking for something that's going to elevate this connection beyond what they've known in the past. This person always looking and never finding. This person always being controlled and never, believing that, that their soulmate or that somebody, that there were people like them, like never finding their people kind of thing. And now with the connection that's happened here, it's like, okay, it's recovery time, because it's been a really hard, path for both people throughout their lives. And now it's kind of looking at, okay, where do we go from here? And that's where the Moon comes in, because the Moon kind of now is able to guide this connection through the rest of the, because now there's a destination in sight. So with a destination in sight, it's kind of like, when you're in a ship and you go by the North Star. Well, because this is done internally and kind of through the dark soul journey, it's not the North Star that's guiding, it's the Moon that's guiding, because the Moon is guiding into shining light on the path and on the soul to be able to guide through it and guide through, kind of the dark part of the soul that's being revealed now, because it is actually what the connection, what the relationship requires. And that's why we've got the Justice card here. It really requires this in order for it to be the Ace of Swords and be elevated to that high level of pure truth. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that right now. I'm just going to draw a couple cards from the Wisdom of Avalon. We've got Fear and Letting Go. All right, so letting go is a way of countering fear. Trust is a way of countering fear. So this is going to bring up fear, as I said, because, it's, both people are coming from a place where that's what, what they have to overcome, both with the person, your person who's given away their power to some controlling external person, and with the other person who's spent all this time alone looking for, and now that they found, they have to come face to face with the fear, and then they have to let go and trust the Ace of Swords. Trust this higher level of truth. Trust the connection itself. That's where the trust is, in the connection itself. All right. So I'm going to be doing an extended reading on the connection itself, and we'll see where that goes. I'm going to do it just with the Wisdom of Avalon. And if this did resonate for you, I'll see you there. If not, then don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.